Good Monday morning. It's the last day of March 31st, 2025. Gonna be a warm day, and we'll have a chance of showers and storms this evening. Some could be severe, mainly with rain, heavy wind threat actually out of that. So strong wind, potentially some localized heavy rain. We need the rain, so this is good news. If we get wet, the models are starting to pump out here rain-wise. So here we are this morning, taking on the short-term models first, just to show you that through most of the day we're going to be dry. It doesn't look like we get our first chances of showers and stuff until around 5 o'clock. Now these little lines here, these red circles are important. It does show me that there could be some circulating thunderstorms. That means supercellular. It means that if we could get any rotation in them and some ability to bring that rotation to the surface, then we'd be a little bit concerned. As of now, we know I'm seeing these. I'm not convinced yet that we're going to really see these translate to anything at the surface yet. And I'll show you why in just a little bit. Still, some rain showers come through, and then the more steady rain from the front as it moves through this evening between 9 and about midnight. And, it's going to bring us some good rain. Then we clear out tomorrow and turn much cooler and some chilly breezes for tomorrow. So how much rain are we looking at? Total precipitation here from this storm looks like it would come in with, not much if we don't get the showers and thunderstorms. If we get them, we'll get around an inch of rain, but it looks like anywhere from maybe half an inch to an inch. More if we get something in the neighborhood of, like 2 or 3 thunderstorms or some showers or whatever. And you see that variation here quite dramatically in the short-term forecast. What does the Weather Prediction Center show? Weather Prediction Center is showing, about an inch or so of rain. And like I said, it all depends on whether or not you get the showers and storms over top of you or not, as to whether or not you'll get the full extent of the rain. All right, so going back here, the reason why I'm going back in time here to show the forecast models is we're looking for certain severe parameters in this setup. So if I bring up the reflectivity and look for what we call rotating thunderstorms, as we go through the period. First of all, we're seeing a lot of lift in the atmosphere, so this is a good amount of rain showing up on these short-term models, and a lot of potential for some stronger storms in that look, so that's important. And now we're looking at some of the rotation possibilities here. So you do see, remember where I was showing you on those storms, I was showing those little circles. Here's some spinning storms possibly in those. Again, don't worry about the location of exactly where you're seeing them. I mean, that's just showing that there are rotating thunderstorms, which is what I'm most concerned about if we're looking for anything more concerning. All right, so the next thing we're looking at is for a hodograph. Now, this is a picture of what the atmosphere could look like as you move up. So imagine that you let go of a balloon, it goes up in the atmosphere, and at different levels, it hits different wind directions and speeds. If you get a hook, like think of a candy cane that's going to the right, you'd have to say that there's potentially some shear going on, which could bring some spinning thunderstorms. And, of course, that would be also something we want to look at. So we go through the day here. Here we are at noon, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Not seeing a lot of spin until here later. So here we go with that hook around 6, 7, 8. Not a really strong signal, like I was saying, of any true rotating thunderstorms. Let me show you what I mean by showing you something further south. So here we are south of our region, and I'm showing you kind of the look and the setup here as we go through the time. I mean, these are showing some spin in them, but it doesn't look like that crazy of a spin here. We do have some in this location. There you go. So here's where we get the hooks that I would be looking for. See a little hook look to it? So these are showing me spinning possibilities. In this region, we have an enhanced risk of severe, and tornadoes are definitely a possibility. And that's why I was wondering what it would look like down there. It doesn't even look that impressive from what I can see here, but enough to cause some concern for severe. So here we go through the entire forecast. We'll move it forward. This is the front and the precipitation and stuff from today, and then I showed you the stronger winds and cooler air for tomorrow. Then as we go throughout the week, we're going to try to warm up, but this is a cold air damming situation where cold air is getting dammed east of the mountains due to this high pressure up to the northeast, but the south winds are going to ultimately win out by Wednesday, Thursday. We should see the warmer air surge into here. So we have a pretty warm spell. I mean, still not as warm as it could have been because of that easterly flow and easterly fetch off the ocean. But still pretty warm as we go late in the week. And then the front kind of gets set up in the area. So we have chances of showers through the weekend, but nothing super organized rain-wise until we get to about Sunday, Monday time period. And then when this comes through, this looks like a good shot of rain, so hopefully we'll get it. This, again, is a week out, so we have to take a little bit of a grain of salt here is exactly how things happen. I can only answer
one weather fact at a time. Sorry about that.
Sorry. So as we go into the next week, well, you're going to see this colder air kind of filter in here and strong northerly winds. So there's a colder period that's setting up for sure. And long-range models and the long-range outlook is showing a colder than normal trend in the models. And it's not good for us because it's not super wet in that setup. But, we can hope that maybe that storm will do a little more that you saw come through here. Anyway, but we continue in this not the best flow for warm air until maybe later in the period. Because of that, the Climate Prediction Center is showing us a much colder than normal look in the long run with a really cold shot, as I was showing you there on the models, possible in the extended beyond about day 7. So we'll have to see if this comes true. Precipitation looks okay in the short term, but then in the long range it turns to drier because that flow is not good for us, where the flow is out of the northwest and it's over land area. It's not bringing any moisture. We really need the rain because we're in a big drought. All right, that's the long outlook. Stay weather aware today, especially this evening. Hopefully we just get a lot of rain from it, not much severe. I know other people are going to definitely experience severe today, so we lift up them to you. Hopefully, the best happens for them. But that's in the south here in the southeast. Anyway, have a good one.